guys, so it's probably about time that I did a book haul because it's been the January sales, Christmas has been, and I've gotten quite a lot of books on Kindle and in physical, so I should probably haul them. So I'm not going to sit here and waffle about it, I'm just going to get right into it and tell you all the things that I have hauled. Now what I'm going to do first is go through the books that I have on Kindle, then I'm going to go through the physical books because it's just going to make editing this easier. So here's the Kindle books that I've been getting over the last few weeks. The first Kindle Comics I got was I Hate Fairyland volumes 2, 3 and 4. Now these are the final volumes of I Hate Fairyland. I'd only actually gone up to issue 5 I think, so I've now got a couple of duplicate issues if I remember rightly, but I just really badly wanted the rest of the series. I absolutely adored the first 5 issues of it. It's all about a girl who is called Gert who gets sucked into Fairyland and can't find her way out. Now, it's been about 40 years and she's still stuck in a 6-year-old's body and she's gone a bit mad, shall we say. She has completely lost the plot and she's trying desperately to fight her way out of Fairyland by basically killing anything she sees. So it's hilarious. It's basically fairy tale meets Deadpool in a kind of weird way without the swearing. So instead she says stuff like mother fluffer and things, which is just so funny. It appeals so much to my sense of humour. I absolutely adore it and I cannot wait to read the next 3 volumes and actually finish the series for the first time ever, because I'm just always so interested to see all about more of Gert's journey. I love it. Next was A-Force Volume 0. Now, I've heard so much about the A-Force, and especially now that Tessa Thompson is talking to Kevin Feige and trying to convince him to make an A-Force movie, I decided that I really badly needed the actual comic to this so I could actually see what all of it was all about, because all I know is that this is a team of Avengers, but they're all female, and that was all I needed to know, basically. That was literally all I needed to know to get very, very interested in this. And I don't know when I'm going to read it, but either way, I am so excited to read this and get some more girl power in my life. Next is Spider-Gwen, which is a tie-in to the Into the Spider-Verse movie. And I don't know anything further than that. But all I know is that while watching Into the Spider-Verse, I absolutely fell in love with Spider-Gwen as a character and I just wanted to know more about her, and I couldn't find any of her other solo comics in physical form apart from volume 2 of one of her series, which is of no use to me because I don't have volume 1. So I thought that this would be a great place to start because I think it's sort of like an intro to Spider-Gwen. At least that's what I'm hoping for, because otherwise I'm going to be a bit stuck because I don't know anything about Spider-Gwen. The next thing I got was Doctor Strange Volume 4, Mr. Misery. Now, I've got Volume 1 in this series, but I don't have 2 and 3. But the reason why I got Volume 4 is because it was currently on sale when I bought it. And I thought, it's a cheaper version of the comic, get it now. So when I actually get round to buying 2 and 3, I've kind of saved money, hopefully. That was basically my reasoning. It was on sale for like a £1.99 or something instead of like £4. So I saved myself like £2, which I'm quite happy about. It's just killing me that I can't read it because I haven't read the other 2 that were previous to it, which is kind of annoying. But at least I've got this one ready for me when I've read the other 2 and bought the other 2, which is the main thing here. Next I got Giant Size Little Marvel by Scotty Young, and he also does I Hate Fairyland. I adore I Hate Fairyland. He did a Marvel thing which they all sort of like look like chibi Avengers. That's all I needed to know. That's literally all I needed to know to sell me on this comic, and it was on sale for like £1.50 or something, so I bought it. It's been on my list for ages. I don't think you need to read any other tie-ins here, so I bought it. And I'm really excited to read this one. You have no idea. Next was Uncanny XForce, The Apocalypse Solution. Again, this one was on sale. I can't remember what it's about because it was on my list for so long. I've forgotten what it's about. But it is an X-Force comic. I'm really excited to know more about the X-Force after they were kind of set up in Deadpool 2. And they were rumoured to have a film in the works, but it's now been cancelled by Fox because they're obviously going up to Disney. Fingers crossed Disney actually continues developing that movie and making the movie eventually. Either way, it is X-Force. I really liked the X-Force of what I've seen of them, and I want to read more about them, so I figured this one would be a good place to start. Then I got volume 1 of Marvel Zombies, because it turns out I actually have the physical volume of volume 2 of Marvel Zombies, and this one went on sale. So even though they're now in different formats, so I can't have them standing next to each other on my shelf, I'm just glad to have it so I can finally read Marvel Zombies volume 2, because that has been sat in the box that my camera is currently standing on for a year now, and I just haven't read it yet because obviously I didn't have the first volume, but now I have the first volume, I can finally read it, and I'm so happy. Then I got Young Avengers Volume 1 Style Over Substance. Now, I've heard so many really good things about this. It's basically about a team of young Avengers, and that's all I know, but I've heard that the art style is really, really nice, and that it's a really fun, quick comic. And I wanted to know more about the Young Avengers. Basically, I want to know everything about every Marvel team ever. So I may as well go with the Young Avengers. I recognise the Avengers in that. So I thought this would be a good one to go for. And it was on sale. So can't really complain. I also got volume 1 of The Boys. Now I bought this one because this is getting adapted later on in the year. Or at least the adaptation is coming out later on this year. And I know nothing about it further than Carl Urban and Simon Pegg are in it, and it's sort of like an anti-superhero thing, I think? I don't know. But anyway, I bought it because obviously I have heard things about this because of the adaptation, and I like reading books and comic books just before the adaptation comes out because I just find that really, really good fun. So that is the plan. I also got Deadly Class because of the same reason. This one actually has Benedict Wong in it, who plays Wong in Doctor Strange. And this one's about a school for assassins, I think. It's something murdery and school-esque, and that's basically all I know, and that's all I needed to know. That and the Russo brothers are adapting it at the moment, so I was sold. That was actually everything for the Kindle books, but now to go on to the physical books that I was either bought or bought myself this month. I got Captain Marvel Volume 1, which is Higher, Further, Faster and More, and I have no reason for this further than Captain Marvel comes out in March, and I'm really overexcited because Captain Marvel is obviously the first solo title female superhero in the MCU, apart from obviously Peggy Carter and Jessica Jones, and I've seen her trailers and I'm already in love with her and I want to marry her quite badly. So I saw this, I saw this on Saturday when I was actually out shopping after the escape room, and I needed it. So it came home with me, and I cannot wait. I didn't even read what this was about. I just checked that this was volume 1 of the series. That's all I needed to know, further than Captain Marvel is in this. It's her comic. I'm going to read this just before Captain Marvel comes out, and I'm just overexcited to the extreme. You have no idea. I also picked up The Girl King by Mimi Yu. Now, this one was on my most anticipated reads list for this year, and this was the only one in the store that has been recently released, so I had to pick it up. It was right at the bottom of a shelf, tucked away, and I saw it and was like, that's coming over me immediately, because obviously most anticipated read of the year. Now, this one is about two sisters who are trying to fight each other and their cousin to claim their rightful place on the throne. And that's all I needed to know. That's literally all I needed to know. My only thing is, I didn't realise it was a chunker when I put it on my most anticipated list. It's a chunker, so that's going to be fun. But I'm so excited to read this one because women being badasses. That's all I needed to know, is women being badasses. Don't need to know anything else, just needed that. So excited. Also, I have to say right now that those two books I have to thank the Valkyries for as well, because they sent me so kindly a Waterstones voucher for Christmas because I'm part of their team. I will link them down below so you can check them out. They're basically a blog full of girls talking about nerdy things like video games, films, TV, books, the lot. I will link them down below. They are an awesome group of girls, and they sent me a £10 Waterstone voucher for Christmas, and that is why I got one of those books. I'm not sure which one counted towards the £10 voucher, but either way, I wouldn't have got these without the Valkyries, so I have to say a huge thank you to them for sending that to me. I also finally picked up Brandon Sanderson's Skyward. Again, this is one that I'm going to be reading this month. I have wanted it since I saw it in the shelves in like November last year, and I wasn't allowed to buy it because it was on my Christmas list. So when the January sales rolled round, this was an immediate thing, especially as it was half price at the time. So excited to get stuck into this one. You have no idea. I am so excited to get stuck into this one. I also picked up SpiderMan Deadpool Volume 7, My Two Dads. Now this one is the 7th volume in a series I have been following of the Spider-Man Deadpool team up, and I have already read this one and I really enjoyed myself. I gave it like a 3 stars because the storyline is sort of going a bit over the place right now, but I still really enjoyed the banter of it and the backstory to Peter Parker's parents. It was still great fun, and I do still really enjoy their sort of dynamics, so it was a really good fun read and I'm really glad I bought this. Next, I finally have Vicious in physical copy that matches my eventual there. Well, sort of, this is a paperback, that's a hardback, but I don't really care because they match. It's a physical copy. Because up until now, I only had a Kindle copy, which is fine, but then I had a physical copy of Vengeful, and that was annoying me because I wanted them both on my shelves looking very nice together, and I just want all of V. Schwab's books in physical, so glad I have this. I don't even care that it's in paperback. I'm just glad I have it in this pretty cover that matches that one. I'm so happy, guys. You have no idea. I am so happy with this. Also on the V. Schwab thing, I also got the Dark Vault, which is obviously the bind-up of the Archives and its sequel, which name has escaped me for the moment, but this is the big bind-up for it, and I've already had the Archive for a while, but I didn't want to read it until I had the sequel, and now I do. So this is going to be read very soon, and I'm really rather excited because V. Schwab. Who cares about anything else? It's V. Schwab. And I love her, if you couldn't tell. I adore her. Then I also got Nevernight and God's Grave because I only had Nevernight on Kindle, and then my mum had bought God's Grave on Kindle, and because of some weird reason, I can't read God's Grave or anything she's bought on her Kindle on my Kindle, even though we've got the family sharing thing going on. I have no idea what's going on there, but it's annoying, so I couldn't read the second one, and also I didn't want to read the second one until just before the third one comes out. And I've also got the third one on pre-order in physical copy, so I needed these two in physical copy. And I'm really excited to see these, A, on my shelves, and B, to actually physically read them in physical form. And I don't have to worry about anybody else buying any of these other books in this series, and I'm not going to be able to read them because they're on a different Kindle. Doesn't matter, I've got these. I'm really excited because they're mine and I can read them. Yes! And then I also got The Princess Bride. Now, I do actually already own this book, but it has been so well used and so read so often, it is completely battered to the point where the back cover is actually falling off. So I'm kind of scared to pick it up again. So what I did was buy myself a brand new copy so I can actually read this without worrying about it falling to pieces on me. Obviously, I am keeping the original one because while it's a movie cover, it's a really nice movie cover, and I actually prefer that cover to this one, but never mind, I'm still very excited to reread this. The Princess Bride has been one of my favourite films since I was like 10 or something, and I can't go a month without quoting Inigo Montoya or something from that film. I adore it, so I cannot wait to read the book again. And then finally, Mum bought me the Harry Potter box set, and I'm so happy because I've wanted to read Harry Potter again, or for the first time, depending on which book it is, for years now. And the books were either up in our loft, and then when we got the books down from the loft, we found we had one missing, and I don't know where it is. So what we did was rebuy the covers that are less battered and look really pretty in a nice pretty box set, where on the back, if I can show you, you have Hogwarts. And I'm so excited and so happy to have this. I've already started Harry Potter, as you've seen from my reading vlog, and I'm just really happy with this. You have no idea. These are so pretty and really quite heavy, but I'm so happy. I love this. I can't wait to binge this entire series. Well, it's not even binging, it's reading one a month, but I'm still very excited. And that is the end of my book haul. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below with what you got for Christmas and what you've bought in the January sales and what you thought of any of these books that I've now mentioned. I'll also leave a link down below to all my social media if you want to check it out. And if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here. And over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time, guys, bye.